Good afternoon. I'm Leslie Ackerson alongside meteorologist Rebecca Sweet. We have some breaking news that we've been following for the last few hours out in Sevier County. We've gotten some photos into our studio. This is in the Wares Valley area where crews are working a really large brush fire at this time. We have seen some flames and some other photos that we've been sent. But you can see this large plume of smoke. Now, the important thing to note right now is officials in that area have said if you were in a 1-mile radius of Indigo Lane or Hatcher Mountain Road, you need to evacuate at this time. We do know that there are some homes. You can even see in this photo some cabins in that area. We don't know if any structures have been involved at this time. A lot of officials are on their way to fight this fire at the time. But again, if you are within a 1-mile radius of this fire, it's on Wares Valley, off of Hatcher Mountain Road and Indigo Lane. You need to evacuate at this time. If you have any family in that area, if you know anyone, please let them know about these evacuations in order. We're going to continue to get updates from our crews if we send out there on this fire as well. Something we've been watching. Again, they believe this fire began around 11 is what some neighbors have told us. We've been getting some photos into our studio. If you're in the area, you're hearing things, you're seeing things, you can send those photos to us through Facebook, online. Ask us any questions you have. And Becca, there is some concern right now because we've been watching wind the last couple of days. I know in Knox County we've had a burn ban. There's been this red flag danger we've been having because of the dry conditions and the wind. But the scary thing is that wind could get even worse in the next couple of hours before we finally get some relief from the rain. So I know crews are it's going to be really challenging with this fire.
Well, and Leslie, hopefully you can hear me. So Leslie is wearing the microphone. We'll probably swap that here for just a moment. But Leslie, we do have this Facebook Live going on right there on our screen. So sorry, folks, if you can hear me adjusting this microphone. We have the Facebook Live that is going on right here. We can see your comments, we can see your questions, and so if you do have those, Leslie's going to stay in here for just a moment, but we're continuing to get updates into our newsroom about this fire that is happening in Wares Valley. Again, they do have evacuations that are in place, and so please, we're going to continue to have a crawl going across the bottom of our screen with more information on that, but do take this information very seriously, folks. And now what my biggest concern is that we are not continuing to see winds kind of reaching their full potential. Yes, we have the opportunity for seeing some showers and thunderstorms tonight, but it's really what's going to be happening between now and throughout the evening hours that is going to kind of fuel these flames. I hate to say that, but hopefully we can get a really good understanding for what is happening in those in that area, because once these winds really start to pick up into this afternoon and into this evening, we're talking wind gusts in the higher elevations of the Smokies up to potentially 80 to 100 miles per hour. So far, the winds have certainly not been as breezy as what they are going to be, but we're really going to start to see those winds pick up here throughout the next few hours. Red flag warning, as Leslie was mentioning, we do have that enhanced fire danger across the area, and this is due to the low relative humidity. And in fact, folks, we're actually entering into the time of day right now that we are expecting humidity to be at its lowest. So we are going to continue to see dry conditions. We're also going to continue to watch windy weather going throughout the rest of the afternoon. Wind gusts widespread up to around 55 miles per hour, and gusts across the higher elevations could potentially be close to 80 miles per hour plus. That is why the National Weather Service has issued a wind advisory and a high wind warning. Leslie and I are doing this Facebook Live for a lot of you who maybe don't have an opportunity to get on your devices or to watch us on 10 News at noon. We want to give you an update if you're on your phone right now, maybe if you have friends or family that live in this area. We want to know what's going on. Do you have another update, Leslie, or are you just kind of giving us some input?
Now, a lot of people saying they smell the fire from their area, some other areas evacuation, getting on their phone. Again, if you live in that area and you're evacuating and you have any photos, evacuate first. Please don't make photos a priority, but if you can send us anything you have or information. Again, super important about that evacuation. That's Hatcher Mountain Road, Indigo Lane in Wares Valley, where you need to be evacuating.
And we don't know what caused this fire to start yet.
We do not know what has caused this fire, but you know, with the dry conditions and the wind, it can easily spread. People maybe not familiar with that burn ban. We've heard.
Maybe we can refresh that page. I know we have. Just click on that right there.
We've heard that there may be some other crews in Knoxville assisting, but we haven't confirmed that just yet. If anybody has some questions, you can throw that under our Facebook Live right now, but of course we'll be updating everything throughout the day online and on air.
So we're getting some comments on there. Thankful for everybody who is giving some comments. Again, we're currently seeing wind gusts throughout the Central Valley, folks, up to around 25 to 35 miles per hour. Our station actually just took a little bit of a power hit, which is really bizarre considering it's not that breezy outside yet. But those winds will continue to pick up. We're seeing wind gusts across parts of the plateau close to around 40 miles per hour, Central Valley 20 to 25 miles per hour, and the winds will continue to pick up. So let me show you this on more of a local view, and then we'll kind of wrap this up. If you have any other questions, know that we are going to be here for the rest of the day. Again, this is our main priority, is watching these wildfires, watching these conditions. Todd's going to be coming in this afternoon and giving you an update on where we're at with the winds. So winds will likely pick up as we get closer to this evening. You notice where we have those areas that are shaded in oranges and yellows. That is where we're expecting those winds to gust even higher, and it does look like we're going to continue to see some of the strongest wind gusts around the time frame of that cold front. And this is why I can't emphasize enough, have your devices charged, have a way of receiving weather information, because you just don't know what could potentially happen while you are asleep. And that's when this time frame for this cold front can be moving into the area. Again, looking at wind gusts in the Central Valley, 50 to 55 miles per hour, and the higher elevations, we're not even getting a clear reading on this graphic, but the National Weather Service indicating 80 to 100 miles per hour possible. Now, even after this cold front moves out of the area tomorrow, it's still going to be breezy, folks. Not certainly as windy as what we're going to have today, but windy weather will be likely. The risk for severe weather is there. Can't take that out of the equation. But I don't necessarily think that the possibility for severe weather tonight is going to outweigh the concern that we have for winds today. That's just my thought and my process. I do think that this cold front will bring in some of those gusty winds tonight, so that will be a big concern ahead of this line of showers and thunderstorms. But notice how this line continues to weaken as it moves into the Central Valley. So I really do not foresee thunderstorms per se to be something to be really overly concerned about tonight. Gusty winds that go along with these storms, yes, those will be an issue, and those are something that we will continue to track throughout the evening. Beyond this point, Leslie, kind of a highlighting note, we do see some quieter weather going into the weekend and really some more nice weather to look forward to. I'm going to let you wrap this up if we have any other information coming in.
We've got a couple of updates. You might have received this emergency alert if you were in that area, and I think someone also commented on our Facebook Live that if you're in the Shagbark Preserve area, you are also being told to evacuate at this time. If you need to go to a shelter somewhere, if you don't have a home or a friend to stay with, a shelter has been established at the Pigeon Forge Community Center. That's 170 Community Center Drive in Pigeon Forge. Again, if you need a shelter to go to, that's been established at the Pigeon Forge Community Center. At this time, we know there are evacuations for the Shagbark Preserve area, as well as the Indigo Lane and Hatcher Mountain Road area. We've also been told that the assistance has been asked to bring in for the Tennessee Army National Guard. The Tennessee Emergency Management Agency has asked for their help. So if you do see some aircraft in the sky later this afternoon, they are being asked to go assist out there. They'll be flying probably some helicopters out there to do what they can as well. But for this time, we're going to keep you updating on those evacuations online, sending out text alerts if you haven't signed up for those on your phone. You can do that through our website, and that way you'll get the alert right away, knowing if you're in that area, and making sure family that might be in the area in Wears Valley are aware of these evacuations at this time. We just want to be as safe as possible.
We just want to keep people updated. That's our main priority. If you didn't get a chance to watch 10 News at noon, you may have not known that this was actually happening. So we wanted to get on our social media platforms, really let people know what is happening across the area, and we're going to continue to do this throughout the evening and then overnight as needed.
Yep, that's right. Just stay with 10 News. We'll keep you updated.